The top 10 things to do when visiting New York City. This is the ultimate city guide. We're about to dive deep into the soul of this concrete jungle. If you're only here for a hot minute, or even if you think you know the city like the back of your hand, trust me, you need this list. We're talking about the Statue of Liberty, Times Square at midnight, that crazy view from the Empire State Building, the whole shebang. Get those notebooks out, people, because we're about to break down the top 10 things you absolutely have to do in New York City.
Number 10. Lady Liberty. More than just a statue. First up, we're hitting up the one and only, the Queen of the Harbor, the Statue of Liberty. Standing at the base of this monument, looking up at that copper giant, it's powerful, man. You feel this weird sense of hope and possibility. Plus, the ferry ride over gives you the best views of the Manhattan skyline. And hey, while you're there, you gotta check out Ellis Island right next door. Walk those same steps as millions of immigrants before you. Imagine their stories, their hopes, their dreams as they stepped foot in America. Make sure you snag a selfie with Lady Liberty. Gotta get that Instagram shot. And if you're feeling adventurous, climb all the way to the crown. Bottom line, the Statue of Liberty is a must-do. It's iconic, it's inspiring, and it's just plain cool. Number 9. Central Park. Your green escape in the concrete jungle. Time to escape to a different kind of jungle. Central Park, baby. This place is like a breath of fresh air. 843 acres of pure green goodness in Manhattan. Walk, bike, rollerblade, picnic, people watch, you name it. Street performers, musicians, dog walkers. It's a gold mine. And the views? Picture bridges, skyscrapers, hidden gardens. A few hours here and you'll feel like a new person. Number 8. Times Square. Sensory overload in the best way possible. You can't come to New York and not experience the madness that is Times Square. Bright lights, giant billboards, and enough energy to power a small country. Walk through the square, soak it all in. The street performers, the costumed characters. It's like stepping into a video game, only it's real life. But Times Square isn't just about the spectacle. It's also the heart of Broadway. Catch a show and be blown away by the talent. Just a word of advice. Wear comfortable shoes. You'll be doing a lot of walking. Topic number 7. Broadway, world class. We were just talking about it, so let's dive deeper. Broadway, people, it's not just a street, it's an institution. We're talking about the pinnacle of theatrical performance, the best of the best, right here in the heart of New York City. Whether you're into musicals, dramas, comedies, there's a show for everyone on Broadway. And the best part is the energy is contagious. From the minute the curtain goes up, you're transported to another world. Ticket prices got you down? Don't sweat it. Hit up the TKTS booth in Times Square for discounted tickets to same-day performances. Or if you're feeling lucky, try your hand at the lottery. You might just score front row seats for the price of a cup of coffee. Whatever you do, make sure you catch a show while you're in town. It's Broadway, baby. Next, our top 6. Empire State of Mind. Views from the top of the world. All right, time to get high. Literally. We're talking about the Empire State Building, baby. This iconic skyscraper needs no introduction. The view from the top, breathtaking. You can see all of Manhattan, the boroughs, even New Jersey on a clear day. But here's a pro tip. Skip the daytime crowds and head up at night. Seeing the city lit up like a million fireflies, pure magic. Plus, it's way more romantic if you're with your special someone. And hey, while you're there, check out the exhibits on the 80th floor. You'll learn all about the building's history, construction, and its place in pop culture. Bottom line, The Empire State Building is a must-do. It's iconic, it's impressive, and the view? Well, let's just say it'll leave you speechless. Number 5, the famous Brooklyn Bridge. Walk this way for the best views. Okay, time to lace up those walking shoes and hit the pavement. We're talking about the Brooklyn Bridge, people. This isn't just a bridge, it's an icon. It connects Manhattan and Brooklyn, but it also connects the past to the present. Walking across the bridge is an experience in itself. You're surrounded by history from the steel cables to the cobblestone paths, and the views don't even get me started. You've got the Matsunatai Nai, I did a data stein, white straight skyline. On one side, the Brooklyn Bridge Park and the Statue of Liberty on the other. Pro tip, go early in the morning or later in the evening to avoid the crowds. Stop along the way, soak in the views, take some epic pictures. I remember, one of the best things to do in New York City won't cost you a dime. All right, time to get cultured. We're talking about the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art, or the Met. This place is massive. Our top 4 pick. We're talking about over 2 million square feet of art, spanning thousands of years. Egyptian tombs? Check. Renaissance masterpieces? Check. Modern art that'll make you scratch your head? Double check. You could easily spend an entire day here and still not see everything. But that's part of the fun, right? Getting lost in the halls, stumbling upon hidden gems. And hey, if you need a break from all the art gazing, head up to the rooftop garden for some killer views of Central Park. Pro tip, admission to the Met is pay what you wish, so even if you're on a tight budget, you can still experience one of the greatest museums in the world. Just be prepared to do a lot of walking. Number 3, 9/11. Memorial and Museum. Never forget, this one's a little different, a little more somber, but incredibly important. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum is a powerful tribute to the victims of the September 11th attacks. Standing at the reflecting pools where the Twin Towers once stood, you can't help but feel the weight of that day. The museum itself is a heavy experience. It tells the story of that day through artifacts, photos, and first-hand accounts. It's heartbreaking, it's infuriating, but it's also incredibly moving. It's important to remember, to never forget. We're getting closer to our top 2 pick, Grand Central Terminal. It's more than just a train station. All right, back to something a little lighter. Grand Central Terminal, people. It's not just a train station, it's a Beaux-Arts masterpiece. I'm talking about soaring arches, marble floors, and a celestial ceiling that'll make you feel like you're looking up at the heavens. Take a walk through the main concourse, grab a bite to eat at the Oyster Bar, or just sit and watch the world go by. Pro tip, look for the Whispering Gallery near the Oyster Bar. Stand in one corner, have your friends stand in the opposite corner, and whisper something. The acoustics are amazing. Grand Central is a reminder that even in a city that never sleeps, there's still beauty to be found in the everyday. Our top thing to do while in New York, the High Line, walking on the Wild Side. Last but not least, we're heading to one of my favorite spots in the city, the High Line. This elevated park is built on a historic freight rail line, and it offers some of the most unique views of the city. You're literally walking above the streets, surrounded by wildflowers, art installations, and some pretty cool people watching opportunities. It's like a secret garden in the sky. Grab a coffee and a pastry from one of the vendors along the way, find a bench, and just relax. You've earned it after all that exploring. The High Line is a perfect example of how New York City can surprise you. It's constantly evolving, always finding new ways to reinvent itself. Outro. So what are you waiting for? There you have it, folks. The top 10 things to do in New York City. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, this city has something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? And another pro tip, go to Joe's Pizza, Cat's Deli and Keen's for the best steak in town. Book that trip, pack your bags, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. And hey, while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more travel tips and adventures. See you next time.